Hello. Today we're going to take a look at replicas as part of our UCA training. Now, a replica is a dynamic cold copy that is updated every time we run a backup. The idea is that this dynamic copy can be turned on at any point in time and be reflective of the last backup that was incorporated into it. So let's take a look at how we create these and then ultimately how we would use them. So we're going to go from our dashboard to our Recover tab and then to the Replicas tab. We can create we can create a replica from three types of backups: a file agent, an image agent, and a VMware backup. When we select these, we'll be asked to identify where we're going to be recovering it and then what kind of resources we're going to use. We're going to go ahead and dive right into a VMware level replica where we simply select a VM on our VMware protection. So I'm going to select my file serve. From here, because it is a VMware replica, he must be restored into a VMware environment. If we were using an image level agent, we could restore him into a Hyper-V or a VMware environment. So we're going to select the resources inside of the environment that we want to use when we spin this guy up. We're going to give him a name, and then we're going to let it do its work. Now, there are a couple of things going on here. First off, if we go to our active jobs, we'll see where we are creating a replica, and then we'll also see where the data from the last backup is going to be incorporated into that with a restore operation. Once again, checking back on our tab, we should now see our replica. So here's my file one serve replica. This mode is an important column that we're going to pay attention to throughout this process, but we can see that he's being created. Now, if we were to step into our VM world, we can actually see these steps where we're going to be creating these replicas. So here's file serve one, and here's where we're creating it from a snapshot. And we can also see that he's been added to the inventory. So the appliance is orchestrating all of this with VMware to create and recover this VM. And now we've moved into the restore function. Once again, going to check back with my active jobs. Let's check on the details of this. And he's going to simply tell us that we're sending the data. But if we go once again back to my Recover tab, and here's my replica, we can see that the mode is being listed as restore. So while this is running, what it's going to do is creating that data, and it's going to inject it and basically create us a dynamic cold copy that's sitting there. Now, I've already created a replica here for file serve 2, and we'll notice that his mode shows idle. It's important to note that this idle means that he's sitting there ready for us to do something with it. If we select the replica and we go to show details or view details, there is a tab for recovery points. When I select that recovery point, we now have the options of either auditing or going live. So if we select audit, we're going to spin this VM up without any networking configuration enabled, and we'll be able to work inside of that replica without impacting the production environment. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to audit it. So what we should see happening is inside of VMware, my replica here, we're going to see him power on. So we'll kind of scroll to the bottom of my logs again. Now we're seeing the VM come online, and we could actually go in and we could watch the boot process. If you think about this in terms of your recovery strategy, we've got this standby copy. He's up to date as of the last backup. And if I needed him, my recovery time is really this amount of time that it's taken me to recover this system simply by turning him on. And then we're ready to roll. And that's it. Now, once we have done the things that we need to do, we're confident that the replica is good to go. We have a couple of options. If I select it, if I select go live, he's actually going to move it into the production networking environment, and we'll be able to utilize that system as it sits ready to roll in a DR situation. We're also done with the audit. So we can go in and we can select our audit, and now we can hit audit. What we should see happen on this side of things is that we should see that it's been powered down. And sure enough, inside of VMware, he's powered down and now he's ready to use. So kind of circling back to our replica that we were creating, we see that he's still in restore mode. If we take a look at what's going on here, we can track that process. We've already seen this process though, how it ends. Where we're going to end up is we're going to end up with a replica that's sitting in the idle status. We can select view details and go to the recovery points and select the recovery point that we want, and then simply either go live or bring them into audit mode. So once again, as a quick review, we can use a file level backup, an image level backup, or a VM level backup, and we can create a replica. File agent and image agent can be restored into Hyper-V or to VMware, where the VMware replicas are going to be restored into VMware. Once they have been created, every time we run a backup, they'll go through this operation where we go into restore mode. The new data is incorporated in it, and then the VM is left to sit inside of the inventory of our VMware environment. And all we have to do is bring him to life, either by go live or audit mode. This concludes this video. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to your account team or to the Unitrin support team. Thank you.